Starts the line change. Seth Jones led the U.S. in scoring last year. Brock Nelson couldn't handle that pass cleanly, sends it back. Cross ice now, Riley for Jones, sends it in. Penalty coming up on the play. And it is going to go, an elbowing penalty to Gavris of Belarus. And the United States will get its first power play of the game.
Well, Artur Gavris, it's after Jones dumps this puck in and gets the elbow up high as he tries to finish the hit. Belarus does like to play a physical style game. And as Jones spins away, gets the elbow up. Look at the speed of Dylan Larkin, something they really have. The shot through the net. Matt Hendricks, the captain, is a guy that hard-nosed game, character-type game, always parked in front of the net.
Todd Richards mentioned that to us earlier today about the character of this team and how the players have picked up the identity of the leaders. Falk sends it cross ice. Jack Eichel tees it up, lets it go. Lalande the save, rebound. Oh, good save there by Yavenko as he made the save off of Krug.
Well, a great setup. Jack Eichel playing the half wall, get the shot, the rebound right to Torrey Krug. As they work it around the top of the triangle. Eichel just gets that shot lane. Good shot, Krug. And Oleg Yavenko, 6'7", goes down for the save. You mentioned he played at UMass Lowell. Maybe got some tips from a former teammate who's the backup for USA, and Connor Hellebuck, the netminder, as Yavenko looks like he goes for the two-pad stack.
That's a pretty good save. That's not just blocking a shot.
No, it's going right down and covers a lot of ice.
Team USA at 3-0 for the first time since 1997. Yavenko plays it to the far side boards. Justin Falk holds it in. Yavenko unable to clear. Krug blasted from the line, and Kevin Lalande will snare that and hang on. Mike Riley was inside the line.
Well, Torrey Krug, 39 points with the Boston Bruins this year. Very smooth skating, offensive-minded, mobile defenseman. He had the best opportunity on the power play. That rebound coming to his side. Then had the big one-timer after as Kevin Lalande made the save.
U.S. 1 for 10 on the power play. The one power play goal came on that 5-on-3 that they had. Belarus, perfect so far in the tournament on the penalty kill at 9 for 9. Stasenko jams this out to center ice. Eichel plays it back for Krug. Krug winds it through center ice, tried to drop it for Trevor Lewis. And this makes its way back into the USA zone. USA practiced yesterday after taking Tuesday off. They made the trip out to Auschwitz. A lot of them did practice the power play yesterday.
Well, the breakout looks like they like to use that delayed play. It's Eichel on this unit that comes up really behind the play as an option.
Eichel didn't get anywhere but controlled. Trevor Lewis lets the shot go. And into the chest of Lalande, and he will hang on to it.
Well, Kevin Lalande.
Giving chase is Kaluzny. Tried to get that back for Yusenko, and it makes its way all the way back into the Belarus zone. U.S. all-time 5-0 against Belarus at the World Championship. U.S. has scored first 2 of the previous 3 games. Brock Nelson carries in. Nelson spins it off. Sent down low by Trevor Lewis. Stasenko went for the big hit on Eichel and missed him. Yavenko plays it up for Andrei Kostitsyn. He couldn't get anywhere. And now Yavenko will get it back for Kostitsyn, up for Sergei Kostitsyn. Looking for Kaluzny. That got turned over at center. And Jack Eichel back in. Takes a bit of a bump there from Jan Stas. Sienkiewicz out to center, no further. Turned over one more time by Belarus. Grabbed off by Connor Murphy. Cleared to the front of the net. Smith couldn't get a stick on it. As he moves over to the left defensive position. Carried in by Stepanov. Stepanov drops it back. Yusenko slap shot. And Jack Campbell makes the save and holds.
Well, Campbell comes up with a save. Hasn't seen much towards him, but Yusenko with the blast from the point. Stepanov just brings it in, a little pass back to the point. Campbell able to track it through traffic. Jack Campbell played last game against Russia for the USA. His first, stopped 15 of 17 shots for the victory.
Well, only has 3 so far in this game, as the shots 11-3 favoring Team USA. Shinkevich's shot doesn't get through. Brock Nelson plays it off the boards. Jack Eichel is after it and slapped back into the USA zone, and John Moore will backtrack. Moore getting some pressure there by Artur Gavris. Gavris with a goal and 3 points in the tournament for Belarus. Trevor Lewis sends this in. Lalande snaps it around the boards. Lewis waits for it. Back for Connor Murphy, and Connor Murphy's shot went wide. Stas to the blue line, and this gets deflected out by Droz, but right back. And if you get the game to extra time, you get 1 point. And there's been plenty of talk. It's kind of calmed down lately, Shane, about the NHL adopting a 3-point clean win system.
Well, that's exactly what's been talked about a lot of times. Anytime people see the shootout or overtime, they think regulation wins should go kind of what they have over here at the IIHF with the 3 points. Maybe Todd Richards agrees. He has a smile on his face early in this game.
Well, he's probably just glad they killed off the penalty. They're now 12 for 12 in the PK department. So they will come and give instructions to some of the players, telling them what they can and can't do, as Demkov on that far side was getting tied up with Brock Nelson. Yavenko sends it in. We talked about Steve Moses not being in the lineup. USA still does have 1 extra roster spot, and whether or not they will utilize that, time will tell. Katarov tried to center, ends up back at the line for Yavenko. Back for Katarov. He got tied up in the corner, gets a little bit of help from Demkov. Demkov stripped of the puck by Eichel. Eichel couldn't get anywhere. And it's back around the boards for Katarov, who plays for KHL Minsk, as most of these do. Of course, Minsk was the host city last year, and what made that so special is there is 2 first-class buildings in Minsk, so both groups could play there.
Absolutely, and Belarus making it to the quarterfinals made it exciting. They finished 7th last year. Their best finish 6th in 2000.
2 minutes of period 1.
Well, Tyler Johnson carrying that Tampa Bay team, where a playoff in which Steven Stamkos has struggled, only 1 goal.
It is unreal how Montreal has been unable to beat Tampa. Side of the net, that gets cleared away. Held in at the blue line by Yusenko. Slap shot, Jack Campbell to save, and Campbell takes that drive from
USA.
Stasenko plays it around the boards. Yavenko in from the left point, plays it back down low, taken by Krug. He'll send this around. Brock Nelson from the Islanders trying to clear Kent. Koverson will hold it in, back for Stepanov. Stepanov being watched by Krug. Stepanov ran into Connor Murphy, and the puck taken by Justin Falk, or rather Eichel, down low with the body contact. Cleared down the ice, and this will be an icing call.
Well, Andrei Kostitsyn, the former Montreal Canadian and Nashville Predator, has had some opportunities in this game. One early on, big glove save by Campbell. A lot of them off the rebounds, getting shots through to the net, rolling this last one on the power play. 10th overall pick back in 2003 by Montreal.
Split this last season between a couple of teams in the KHL. At center ice, Kaluzny lost it to Eichel. Eichel sends it back in deep, and Belarus will backtrack with Lisovitz. Took that big hit in a game that saw Denmark players suspended. What a chance for Broxson. Chips this out at center, and back for Gardner. Stasenko sends it back in. Campbell couldn't trap it. Gavris plays it down low. Eichel jams it on for Gardner. Tried to send it on to Brock Nelson. Got picked off by Droz. And then the puck does come loose and grabbed off as Brock Nelson takes the pass, and Nelson carries in. Trevor Lewis, Eichel, and Nelson. The line out now for Team USA. Eichel had it taken away from him in the Belarus zone. Cleared at center. Belarus looking for a line change. A little bit of room for Trevor Lewis, and that got blocked out quickly by Big Yavenko. Riley at the line for Trevor Lewis. Back for Riley. Riley looking for Eichel cross ice, and that got tipped away. Lisovitz down low with the tip. Gardner shovels this back. Yavenko, and play is whistled down.
Rips that shot a little bit wide as USA has their second power play of the game.
1 for 11. The Team USA power play. Justin Falk lets the shot go. That's off the stick wide. Krug jumps on the loose puck and gets it for Brock Nelson. Back for Falk. That got blocked and ricochets all the way back into the Team USA zone. Good block there by Volkov. Justin Falk leaves it at center. Eichel does catch up to it. Eichel on that offside. Pressured in the corner, back to the line. Good job by Krug to hold this in. Nelson for Eichel. Back for Falk, and now back for Krug. Now for Eichel. Eichel tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Eichel gets it to the front of the net, redirect. And Kevin Lalande has that under his pads and does the shuffle out of the paint to make sure that that wasn't across the goal line.
You see the skill of Jack Eichel on that half wall play, and they're just patience with the puck.
In the 4 games, the Team USA has given up the game's opening goal. You're right. The great pass up the boards. Cleared back in. Eichel trying to get it up the wall. They jam it up there. Trevor Lewis, Yavenko, Droz. Now it comes free and grabbed off by Brock Nelson. Plays it back for Krug. And up for Eichel. Jack Eichel across the line. Eichel puts that to the backside looking for Trevor Lewis. Falk holds it in at the line. And was this touched by a high stick? It was, but play allowed to continue as Belarus up with it. Kulikov plays it to the far side, steered away by Campbell. And Brock Nelson for Jack Eichel. Back for Krug, on for Nelson. Stopped at center ice by Stepanov. Stepanov with a little bit of room. Stepanov, and finally got stripped of the puck. Kulikov follows up. And the save by Jack Campbell.
His team with a 2-0 lead, and right now, good chance for USA to close in.
Both goals coming here in the second period. Korobov getting pressured in the corner. Plays it around the boards. Seth Jones is first on it. Cleared back into the Team USA zone. And Mike Riley circles back. Bit of a rolling puck, gets it to settle down. Little stutter step there from Riley. Lost control of it, and Stas will send it down the ice. Third power play of the game for Team USA. Riley leaves it for Eichel. Eichel for Jones. He tried to leave it for Riley, and it got picked off at the line, and Riley and Jones both have to hustle back. And Riley, a Columbus Blue Jacket draft pick, leads the power play. Bouncing puck. Yavenko is first on it, and he'll get this down the ice.
All right, now USA just can't get enough speed into the zone. It's a couple times the Belarus just stacking up with the blue line and shutting down this power play entry.
Falk leaves for Bonino.
As Belarus with speed down the right side, and 3 goals here in the second.
We had a little bit of pushing and shoving after that last offside. Brock Nelson sends this into the Russian zone. Yavenko being watched there by Eichel. Eichel takes it away. Jack Eichel with that long reach for the backdoor score. Brock Nelson has USA on the board It is 3-1 on a good play with that long stick. Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel just so confident with the puck. You can see why he is going to be a high pick this year, why he won the Hobie Baker Award. He strips the puck, but watch the patience here. Little under the stick move. Drives hard to the net, quick strides. Nelson just follows up. It's Jack Eichel who makes this happen. Here's the play past Kaluzny, and then a great little backhand feed to a wide open Nelson, and he puts it into the open net. A huge goal late in the second here, and a good response by the U.S.
Eichel plays with a lot of confidence. He is not afraid, despite the fact he's 18 years of age, not afraid to try things.
Well, to make that move at the blue line with that amount of confidence, and you see the result.
Fourth power play of the game for Team USA. And they are 0 for 3 in the game. And 1 for 13 in the tournament. Justin Falk leads the team in ice time coming into this game. There's a lead pass for Eichel coming in with some speed, and that shot off a stick and up into the netting.
Well, there's the delay play, and it's Eichel that follows up. You can see the speed he has, picks up his first point in this tournament on that goal by Nelson here late in the second period, but he has played in all situations. You see Eichel play on the line here with Nelson on the first unit of the power play.
No Steve Moses in the lineup, out with a lower body injury. Is doubtful for tomorrow against Denmark. Falk for Eichel. Eichel teeing it up, a little redirect, backdoor play, and Lalande makes the save off of Krug, who was all the way down low.
Another nice play by Eichel off that half wall, looking for the shot pass in front.
Team USA has had its share of chances. Lalande's been really good. Here comes Eichel, trying to split the D, does, and then tried to dish it off, and cleared out at center.
Well, we haven't seen much of Jack Eichel in the first 3 games, but he's sure on display here in this one.
Brock Nelson plays it back to the line for Justin Falk. For Brock Nelson, slap shot, Lalande makes the save, and now there's going to be a penalty coming to Team USA for the last whack onto the pads of Lalande.
Well, it's going to be the similar type call here, and I'm not sure. I think it might be Trevor Lewis heading to the penalty box here. Is the shot by Nelson, and it's Lewis going to the net afterwards. The extra chop at Lalande will draw him to the penalty box, so that'll end the power play. Here's the play by Eichel. Just the patience, tries to feed Archibald, then Krug off the back door, and a huge save by Kevin Lalande. Here's the other rush. He had a chance to shoot, tried to dish it over to Lewis. A nice rush by Jack Eichel, and Trevor Lewis 2 minutes for slashing. But we'll get the third as Trevor Lewis is in the box, 4-on-4 to start the period before Belarus goes on a short power play.
30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Stepanov will come out. Sienkiewicz plays this into the USA zone. Seth Jones leads all USA players in ice time, 15:05. Cleared into the Belarus end of the ice. Oleg Yavenko now leading at 15:47, leading in ice time for Belarus. And Belarus with the 3-1 lead. And now another penalty coming up on the plate to Team USA. And it is going to be a 1-minute 5-on-3 for Belarus.
Well, this isn't how USA wanted to start the period. Eichel. Stanko drops the puck. Kovershin gets tripped up as Eichel goes for the stick check, takes out the feet of Kovershin, and now it will be a 5-on-3, and this is a huge penalty kill, a huge moment
early in the third period. Falk hammers his back down the ice. Krug looking for some open ice. USA completes the change. Here comes Eichel. Eichel, cross ice pass, just a little bit in behind Justin Falk. Falk stays on it. He'll drop it off for Riley. In for Nelson, in for Falk, or rather Lewis couldn't get the shot through. Cross ice feed, Nelson. In for Riley. Lewis in front of the net. Lewis takes that pass from Brock Nelson. Lewis trying to get away from Yushchenko. Nelson, the shot, that just missed the short side. Stepanov is there, and he'll just lift this back into the USA zone. Riley leaves for Jack Eichel. Eichel stopped inside the line, then stuffs it out the center. Puck up in the air. Eichel tried to knock it down. He got knocked down. And
chance with the power play. Their power play needs to get going.
Canada on the other side, a perfect 4-0. Their next game Saturday against France. That'll be a 6:15 a.m. Eastern start, as Canada gets a couple of days off here. Number 1 in goals for is Canada. Number 1 in goal differential. Number 1 in shots on goal. Here, Team USA leading the B side, trailing 4-1 in the third. Lewis for Krug, for Eichel. Eichel doesn't shoot it. Sends it down for Trevor Lewis. There was no backdoor play for Falk, so he'll get it for Eichel. Eichel back for Krug, scores! Jack Eichel with another assist. Torrey Krug with another goal. And Team USA on the power play is pulled to within 2.
Well, it's real good puck movement, good rotation. As Lewis and Eichel exchange position, that opens up the lane for Krug. This is a really nice play by the U.S. Lewis walks up, little rotation, Eichel drops down. That opens this lane. As Lewis comes in, he draws the defender, and Krug just comes in and steps into this one-timer with a great shot to the top corner past the glove. And Lewis heads to the net for a little bit of distraction as Torrey Krug gets his second power play goal. He has both the power play goals for USA in this tournament.
And 5 points now for Torrey Krug. Long pass ahead for Arcabello. Arcabello got bumped at the line. USA in a change. Korobov got bumped there by Lewis. Sends it across, and Yushchenko will bounce this back into the USA end. Back up for Eichel with some speed to the line and in. And they're going to call Team USA offside.
Kevin Lalande able to make the stop.
Little lower, and it might have snuck through between his arm and his body. Belarus turned over. Trevor Lewis trying to work it free. He got bumped and tied up. Jack Eichel is on it. Eichel in that high slot, tees it up, and that's off a stick and into the netting in the Belarus zone.
Well, Jack Eichel's had a really good game, his best of the tournament. A couple of points here, set up Krug on that power play. Earlier assist to Brock Nelson's goal, and getting more comfortable maybe here on the big ice with the pace of the play and with his line mates. Put in between Brock Nelson and Trevor Lewis.
And we now sit 5-2 here in period number 3. Back into his own zone is Lisovets. Plays it through the middle. That got picked off by Lewis. Lewis the shot. Lalande has it in his pads. It was free for a second and then grabbed and held in this pool.
Makes it kind of wide open. Russia, Finland, Belarus, US all with one loss.
The 3-point games means you could really climb those standings in a hurry. Trevor Lewis. And play whistle down.
Opportunities. Got the defense active here as everyone trying to create something as that clock's winding down.
Zach Redmond for Jack Eichel. And Eichel cross ice, and that gets sent in by Justin Falk. Trevor Lewis after it in the corner. Lewis being hounded there by Sienkiewicz. Back in behind the net, Lisovitz plays it away. Gavris, who got the goal scoring started back in the second period, now giving chase in on Lewis. And Lewis will get it back for Justin Falk. He'll get the center, and the Carolina Hurricanes defenseman sends it in. Brock Nelson after it. Nelson trying to work it free. Nelson, high slot, delays. Dishes off for Jack Eichel. Eichel for Falk. Lalande down on the short side, and he will hang on to it. And now Belarus protecting its goaltender. 4:43 left to go.